Welcome views, welcome back to Lifestyle where we bring to you the latest trust and reliable information. Donald Trump's lawyers might have made a huge mistake. Before I continue, if you are new to my channel line, I encourage you to hit the subscription button and turn on the notification bell so you will always be the first to get the latest information. The ex-president's businesses are on trial for tax fraud. Defense lawyers simply made the case all approximately Trump. Fight disinformation. Sign up for the Unfastened Mother Jones daily publication and observe the information that matters. During ultimate arguments on Thursday with Inside the Crook tax fraud case towards Donald Trump's businesses, Trump's lawyers did their fine responsible anybody, however, Trump himself. They advised the jury that the alleged fraud turned into the fault of rogue personnel, a number of whom were hired via way of means of the Trump-owned circle of relatives for decades. But after laboring for weeks internal a Manhattan courtroom docket room to decrease point out in their well-known client, lawyers for each Trump-owned businesses on trial invoked the previous president's call and mentioned his function, which they insisted turned into minimal. That may also were a first-rate tactical error. Trump's businesses, now no longer Trump himself, are the defendants with inside the case. But as quickly as prosecutor Joshua Steinglass began out his very own ultimate assertion, he went directly at Trump personally. Donald Trump knew precisely what turned into taking place together, along with his pinnacle executives, Steinglass advised the jury. His ultimate turned into then paused for the evening, set to renew on Friday morning, with what Steinglass advised the jury will encompass an awful lot greater element, approximately Trump's function with inside the alleged tax fraud. The cliffhanger elicited livid protests from Trump's lawyers, who reiterated as that they during the trial that anybody, consisting of the chosen prosecutors, had agreed that Donald Trump, the man or woman turned into now no longer on trial. But Judge Juan Merchan swatted down that objection, telling Trump's crew past due Thursday that they had been those who had opened the door to direct cognizance on the previous president. It turned into the protection who invoked the call Donald Trump severe times, Merchan said. That turned into one in every of a numerous obvious mistakes Trump's protection crew made on Thursday, and at installation a doubtlessly dramatic near the trial, while Steinglass finishes his ultimate assertion on Friday. Trump's lawyers, who have already spoken, will haven't any possibility to argue back. Their very last protection argument began out on a rocky observed Thursday after they started out displaying jurors a sequence of slides that had been defined as rates from the trial transcripts of key testimony introduced via way of means of witnesses. But following an objection from Steinglass, it became out that now no longer all of these rates had been accurate. In fact, at the least one proven to jurors turned into something that prosecutors had formerly objected to, and that Merchan had agreed turned into to be eliminated from the reliable transcript. However, the simplest element the protection crew had absolutely eliminated from the passage earlier than imparting it to jurors turned into the prosecutor's objection and the chooses phrases agreeing with that objection. It's problematic, and I don't fault human beings for being dissatisfied. Approximately this, Merchan advised protection legal professional Susan Nichols, who has represented the Trump organization with inside the trial. Nichols turned into allowed to editor assertion, however, during the day persisted to get scolded via way of means of Merchan for time and again crossing barriers of what the lawyers had been allowed to inform the jury. The case facilities on hundreds of thousands of greenbacks infringe advantages paid to pinnacle Trump organization personnel, advantages like cars, apartments, or even envelopes of cash that prosecutors say the corporation furnished in place of paying salary. That setup allowed the corporation to pay personnel greater without the personnel having to pay profits taxes at the advantages, in line with the prosecution. This summer, Trump's longtime leader monetary officer, Allen Weisselberg, pleaded responsible to 15 counts of tax fraud, admitting that he lied on his tax returns, approximately reimbursement he acquired from the Trump organization. He promised to testify towards the corporation, however now no longer Donald Trump personally, in trade for a lighter prison sentence. Weisselberg might be sentenced following the belief of this trial, however, if prosecutors say he cooperated with their case, they'll suggest 5 months in prison probable to be served at New York City's Rikers Island prison for the 75-year-old. Trump's lawyers used their ultimate statements responsible all of the wrongdoing with inside the case on Weisselberg and an out-of-doors accountant, Donald Bender, who helped put together the corporation's taxes. According to Nichols and fellow Trump legal professional Michael Van der Veen, who represents Trump Payroll Corporation, one in every of numerous hundred subsidiaries of Trump's commercial enterprise, Empire Weisselberg is a confessed tax cheat, and it's all on him. Weisselberg did it for Weisselberg Van der Veen time and again advised the jury. Both Nichols and Van der Veen attempted to belittle Weisselberg and Bender, accusing them of greed and, especially in Bender's case, incompetence. Both attorneys sarcastically mimicked Bender's voice at the stand. Jurors regarded unimpressed, looking stone-confronted or with expressions of boredom because the lawyers made their case. Please don't forget to subscribe.